friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing The Dilemma by B.A. Paris. I mentioned in another video that I picked this up early on Book Depository because it released in the UK first. Our copy here in the US isn't scheduled to release until summertime, June, July, around then, not really sure. But because it was one of my most anticipated releases of 2020, I went ahead and picked up a copy early because I could. It was available. I wanted it. I was super excited. I also talked about how I really wanted the white cover with the red rose petals on the front, and I received this and I was like, oh, but yeah, I really did come to love this cover. I think it will look really great on my shelf in the yellow section. Sadly, I didn't really enjoy the story. I ended up rating this story 2 out of 5 stars. I'm already sensing a theme with my 2020 releases. I really hope some of them turn out amazing, but so far the first 2 I have read off of that list have been flops. To tell you a little bit about this story, again, this might have like minor spoilers, but I'm not really sure. I hope that that doesn't like completely turn you off to watching these review videos if you're interested in watching them. I say minor spoilers because there's some people that want to know like absolutely nothing. They want everything vague, and I definitely do touch on events that happen, not like spoil the ending type, you know. I'm not going to give something huge away, but I want to give you a little taste about what I mean and stuff like that. That's why I do say minor spoilers. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this story. I was reading this during the Read with Friends live show, and I stand behind when I said that each character, it's told in 2 perspectives, a woman and her husband, and it's Livy's 40th birthday party. They're setting up for it. She's been dreaming about this party for like 20 plus years because she never got the wedding that she wanted. So this is like her big blowout event. And plus turning 40 is like a pretty big deal. But her and her husband, it's alternating perspectives, and she has a secret that she's not telling her husband, and he has a secret that he's not telling her. And the whole time you're screaming to yourself like, tell me, the reader, the secret. Like, let me in, let me be invested. I won't tell anybody, promise. So I stand behind that. I felt that it took a long time to get to the secrets, that even when the secrets were revealed, I was not emotionally invested enough to really care about the secrets. And it took too long to clue me into what was the secret. And like I said, once I knew the secret, I was kind of like, oh. This book completely shows me that there's a huge difference between building suspense and intrigue with the reader, flat out teasing me. So if you want to be teased, this is the book. But if you're wanting to like build suspense and be intrigued and in it with the characters and be emotionally there, not the story for you. So like I said, the whole story centers around this 40th birthday party for Livy. And on the back, it says that she is glad that her daughter Marnie can't be there, but she doesn't want to tell. She doesn't want anybody to know that she doesn't really want her at her 40th birthday party. So you have Livy, you have Adam, the husband, and then you have their 2 children, Marnie, who's studying abroad in Hong Kong, and then you have Josh, who is he's at home right now. I don't think he lives there, but I think that he's still there for some reason. And like I said, this grown-ass woman has put so much into this 40th birthday blowout, and it literally goes into all the details and how much of a pain in the ass setting up for the party's been, the marquee in the background's been close to her husband's shed, and all the caterers, and how she's spent so much time losing weight, finding the perfect dress, inviting everybody, and you get to know so many side characters. You have all of her colleagues at work, all of the people that she's been friends with for a long time, and there's even like her husband's best friend's brother, son. Like it gets so in depth, and really none of those characters should have mattered, and a lot of them do not matter to the story. Some of them do, but in like minor ways, and some more major ways, but it's just a lot of characters, and I just felt that this would have been better as a short story because you're getting the 2 perspectives. You get a lot of the same events told through Livy and through Adam, and it's almost the exact Same. So much of this book is repetition that I almost thought I was going crazy. But let me give you an example. It's because ever since, she's been keeping her distance, arranging for us to see her friends from the office at weekends instead of Jess and Kieran like we usually do. Almost as if she wants to have an excuse not to socialize with them anymore. When I asked her about it, she didn't deny it. Don't you sometimes feel that the six of us live a little too much in each other's pocket? Surely it's good to widen our circle of friends. So that was from Adam's perspective. That's what he was saying. And then literally the next page on Livy's chat, I say Livy, but it's Livia. Livia's part, it says, I'm glad he didn't probe too much about Jess. I know he's wondering what's going on, why I no longer see her as much as I used to. I've told him that we need to widen our circle of friends, but he doesn't know why. He doesn't know that I'm preparing for the future. You just said that. Like, I get it. You're not hanging out with these people anymore. And the reason why you're not, secrets, because you're not going to tell me. So it was just so annoying. And it was like that. Like, you'd hear something in Adam's or Livy's, and then the next chapter or the next part, it would just be the exact same thing. I like that there was representation. One of the side characters, one of Livia's friends, Jess, has MS, and one of my sorority sisters, one of my best friends in the whole wide world, has MS. And a lot of the things that they were talking about, it says when Jess was first diagnosed with MS, we were all in shock and none of us really knew what to expect. Jess lost some of her mobility fairly quickly and her confidence along with it, and everyone around her reacted in different ways. And it just broke my heart because, like I said, my sorority sister, one of my best friends in the whole wide world, has MS, and she's lived with it for 10, 11 years now. And I didn't know her when she was diagnosed, but it's just heartbreaking to think about. And I know the stuff that she has to deal with on a daily basis and all the doctor appointments and stuff like that, and stuff that, like, her limitations. And, you know, obviously the longer you live with it, like, the more you come to know about yourself, but also like your body just starts breaking down in different ways. So I'm going to get emotional if I talk about it too much, but all I'm saying is I really did appreciate that one of the characters had MS, because I've never read about a character or a side character that had MS. So I really appreciate that. Okay, so on page 127, you're already like a third into the book, maybe possibly see what one of the secrets could be. And you're just like, holy crap, I can't believe that. Now you're wanting to know, is that the secret? Is it true, or were you seeing something? So yeah, you're not totally sure. And I mean, I guess Adam's comes earlier, his secret, but I still don't feel like that's his secret. I'm thinking that there's something else he has to tell her. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm going through my tabs for you. So the main thing on the back that it says in the synopsis is, okay, it's Livy's 40th birthday and she's having the party of a lifetime to make up for the wedding she never had. Everyone she loves will be there except her daughter Marnie, who's studying abroad. But although Livy loves Marnie, she's secretly glad she won't be at the party. So then on page 137, when it says, although I'm glad Marnie isn't here, I hate that she's missing out on all this because she would have loved it. So do you want her there? Do you not want her there? Please make up your mind, lady, because you're already pissing me off. And then this on page 151, total, like, this is paragraphs apart. One paragraph starts, I'm already gone, I call, running from the shed, my feet no longer heavy with dread, but light with relief. The next paragraph, I reach the house and slow my pace. Adam is keeping something from me. I know he is. I don't believe what he wanted to tell me was that he loves me and will always be here for me, not with the darkness I saw in his eyes. So, are you light with relief, or are you totally confused about Adam and he's hiding something? Which one? Because you just said both and I'm confused. Okay. This is where it gets interesting. This heavily deals on the trope of couples not talking to each other. And I hate that, because the number one rule of being in a committed relationship with another person is that you need to communicate. And there's some things that I could see you not talking to your spouse about, like if you have a spat with a best friend and who cares, but I even talked to my husband about that just to like help me work it out. But like at the same time, if these were the secrets that I was keeping from my husband or he was keeping from me, I would be pissed. I would be so pissed off because these should not have been the secrets that they were keeping from each other. And if they would have just said, because like I guess Livia knew the secret for 6 months or 6 weeks or some large amount of time, and she never talked to her husband about it. If that happens with me and my husband and that particular event happens and he didn't tell me and I knew he waited 6 weeks to 6 months to tell me, pissed. I'm just telling you, I would be pissed. And if I had the secret that Adam had and I didn't tell my husband or vice versa, again, ticked off. Like these major things you can't keep from your spouse. And I don't see how they did it. It's not believable that they did it. And then you can even see the secrets that they're keeping like built up inside him, especially Adam. You can see it taking the toll on him. It's not tagged or prologue, but on the very first page, they kind of tell like the person and the date and the time and all of that. And that's kind of annoying throughout because I really didn't even pay attention to that. But from this, what happens, it like comes back up again. And so it's just literally word for word what happened in that first chapter here again. So again, with the repetition, it's just too much. Yeah, and I can't tell you the last one because it is like a major spoiler and I don't want to do that. But yeah, so there were just parts that were like totally repetitious, contradicted from one thing that one person said and another person said from paragraph to paragraph, that the writing was just so vastly different than anything else that B.A. Paris has ever wrote. It's almost like she should have taken on a different pen name for this because I didn't find this thrilling at all. This was more of like a family drama, like a contemporary family drama. It had no thrilling elements at all. And it took its time and it was just drug out and it didn't give you enough to like grip your teeth into that when it finally started making the reveals, you just didn't care because you weren't invested. So the dilemma of the whole story, the reason behind the title and the dilemma of the whole story was how far would you go to give someone you love a last few hours of happiness? And that's kind of what Adam was specifically trying to do for Livia because it was her birthday party. He was holding on to this secret. One, because he wasn't sure if this thing really happened. And that's the same thing with Livia not telling Adam because she didn't have like 100% like accuracy. Like, I know this happened. It was just, she was kind of getting bits and pieces throughout, but of course they weren't telling you. But the thing is that if I feel like something bad's happening or okay, let me give you this example. If something happened to my mother-in-law or I thought something was happening to my mother-in-law and let's say that she went to like a doctor's appointment and I like overheard something or I saw a slip of paper about something and she started taking this weird medication or like anything, I would be like, honey, I'm not 100% sure, but we need to investigate this. We need to look into this. And I've always done that because like keep your family close, you know, like your family are your ride or die. And they should be. And in this case, I think they were trying to be, but because of like the miscommunication, the not communication, they weren't, and it killed me. I don't know. And the ending was just not worth it. Okay, sorry, my camera died. I don't know. I've been passionate. There's nothing worse than forcing yourself through a story that you're not really enjoying, hoping that in the end it's gonna blow my mind, and it doesn't. That was the case with this one, and I'm really sad to say that I rated this story 2 out of 5 stars as well. If you're looking for a B.A. Paris book to read instead, I would 100% still recommend Behind Closed Doors. Her other two books, The Breakdown and Bring Me Back, are also thrillers that are more closely tied to Behind Closed Doors, but I think Behind Closed Doors like stepped it up a notch, and I really think The Breakdown and Bring Me Back have more similar vibes to each other, and then this one kind of stands on its own as well. So if you're looking for a very slow, repetitive, confusing family drama, check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But if you're looking for a thrilling book by B.A. Paris, definitely check out Behind Closed Doors, because the dread and the emotion, and it built the suspense, but then it didn't keep you hanging too long. So then you were emotionally invested. So yeah, I'm so sad, you guys. I'm so sad. But that wraps up this review of The Dilemma by B.A. Paris. It will release later on this summer in the US, but if you're really interested and you want to get an early copy, definitely check it out on Book Depository. I do have my Book Depository affiliate link down in the description box of all of my videos, just in case you want to get a copy early. Hope you're having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.